turns out that the information my manager gave me was wrong. So before, at this point, what is it, like 3 months ago almost? Yeah, about 3 months ago, 2.5, 3 months ago, when I first considered going on disability for the first time because I just came back from my trip after getting married and everything, and I was starting work again, and it was really stressing me out. I wasn't sleeping. I kept thinking about it, and I was really feeling my health like decreasing, and I'm like, this is not good for me. So, I spoke to my manager. We explored how it works, all the different options, how much I would be getting, and everything. And then I discussed it with my wife. And together we decided, all right, this is the right thing to do because, I can't keep doing this. It's not good for my health. It's going to end up killing me if I keep doing this. So temporarily, let me go on disability. And, in a couple months, if I feel better, whatever, I can come back. Given everything that happened, that's not really an option right now. But at the time, we took the time to really explore everything and do the math and everything. The problem is the information that my manager gave me regarding the amount of money I would be making was incorrect. Because the way she explained it to me is when you're on disability, you don't need to pay for taxes. You don't need to pay for contributions. You don't need to pay for insurance. You don't need to pay all those normal expenses that come with having a job and having a salary. That was how she explained it. So basically, I was getting, because the way it works, my job is $35,000 per year base salary, plus commission, plus bonuses. Unfortunately, on disability, it's only 70% of the $35,000 per year. So already that's not a lot. We did the math and everything, and I'm like, all right, given, because I found an apartment back then and I knew I would have expenses, I'm like, all right, given the cost of the apartment, the internet, the electricity, food, transport that you need to pay to go to the hospital and stuff like that, with the amount that they're going to give me, I'll be able to survive. Not live a very big, adventurous life, but I'll be okay. And then, of course, that's why I'm here alone. Once my wife gets here, more expenses, everything, and I'm like, I don't know how we'll be able to afford it at that point, but we'll see when we get there. We'll cross that bridge at that point. So that's the initial situation. Jump to now, a couple months later, once, the commissions that I made in the beginning of the year and the bonuses and stuff like that, like once that was all paid up, and then it kind of went down to the normal amount that they were going to give me on disability, I started to notice wait, it seems lower than what they told me. So I waited a couple of weeks just to make sure. So the last two payments, I'm like, all right, it seems to kind of stabilize. So that seems to be the amount. Why is it lower than it should be? So then I go into, the program where it breaks down everything. And I'm like, I'm still paying taxes. I'm still paying for insurance. I'm still paying the contributions for investments and all those things. So basically, I'm still paying all these things that I used to pay that I was told I wouldn't have to pay. What's going on? So I kind of waited a bit, like I said. And then a couple days ago, the woman who's in charge of my disability case scheduled an appointment. So I'm like, I'll just ask her at the same time. Obviously, as I kind of expected, she's not the person to speak to about that, but she gave me the right person to speak to, reached out to her yesterday. She's all right, not a problem. I'll look into it. I'll get back to you with an answer. And today, she finally came back with an answer. And as expected, my manager was wrong. She gave me the complete wrong information. Now, I don't blame her. I get she's only trying to do her best. It's not really her job, but she should have that information. Because at the time, before I found out about the brain tumors and everything else, if I would have known the right amount that I was going to receive, whereas as opposed to the amount that she said I would receive, I don't know if I would have gone on disability. Everything turned out for the best. I don't regret anything. Oh, but it's just all that to say, it's kind of annoying when you have to deal with people who you assume know how to do their job and they're giving you the correct information, and they don't. So it's not that big a deal. It's just a couple $100 less per month, but it's like when your budget is that limited, a couple $100 can make a big difference. So, given my new perspective, it's been almost a month now. I still remain that. So it's like, I'm not worried. I'm not stressed. I'm not afraid. I'll find a way. I have some investments aside a bit, enough to pay for stuff if I need to, if I run out. I know the universe is going to provide somehow. I'm living as a millionaire right now. And I've given it the timeline till the 29th of April to my birthday. So it's like, I have faith that somehow the universe will provide, whether it's through, I don't know, winning the lottery, or someone sees my video and they see there, because I always put the description or the link to the GoFundMe that my friend created for me in the description. So maybe like some billionaire is going to watch my video and you'd be like, wow, I really connect with this guy. Like, let me donate $1 million. Like, I don't know. The point is that faith, that belief, that sensation that everything is going to be okay still remains. That has not gone away. That will never go away. So it's not like I'm freaking out. It's just, it kind of sucks when you've been given certain expectations and then they're kind of like ripped away. So it's not the end of the world. It doesn't really change that much in the grand scheme of things. It's just one of those things that's like, well, I did not see that coming. Kind of sucks. So anyway, that has been the update for the day. Not necessarily positive, but I wouldn't necessarily say negative because, you know, with this new outlook and everything, it's like, I don't see things as negative or positive anymore. It's just, this is something that's happening. Well, it's not really let's deal with it. Let's just accept it. Let's make the most of it. Let's have faith that everything's going to be okay. And let's just keep doing what you're meant to be doing. Okay. Yeah, for some reason I'm doing. What you're meant to be doing. And that's it. Like, you don't need to overcomplicate things. You don't need to overstress yourself. You don't need to worry about anything. Because at the end of the day, everything's always going to be okay, no matter what happens. So yeah, that's my update for the day. Check back in at some point in the future. If I can turn this off. Half the time, whenever I go to press the button, it just doesn't turn off and I'm just like staring at the camera. I'm like, is it off? Nope, not off. All right, take number 2.